What's up, everyone? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe because if you don't, you may never find my channel again because it's difficult to find. So today we're going to talk about narcissists, the bragging type. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've never really thought about narcissists as braggadocious. That's not what comes to the forefront of my mind. It only comes to the forefront of my mind because that's what everyone else always says is, oh, they're always bragging about themselves. That's how you know somebody's a narcissist. Not necessarily. I've met a lot of narcissists who do not lead with bragging, and yet there are other people that I know who brag all the time. And there have been people who have called some of those people narcissists, but not much, not really. So when I think of bragging, is that just you being confident, or subconsciously you don't feel confident, so you have to point out who you are and what you're good at to everyone? And this is not like a job interview type thing where you're telling people, hey, these are my great qualities. This is where, you're showing off your rings, your clothes, the way you look. You brag about how great of a whatever you are, and you brag about your great looks. I've seen people do that. Will Smith, it was one of the first celebrities that I ever saw that will tell you, I'm a great actor, or I'm really good at this, or I look good, or whatever. I can't think off the top of my head, but he will tell you things about himself that are great. And it jumps off the page because that's not what we do normally in society. So it definitely catches you off guard a little bit. And I've known other people who are constantly bragging about how good they are at something, or look at my clothes type deal. But a lot of narcissists do not lead with that. So imagine my shock when I was listening to a YouTube channel that I've been listening to more and more, and her channel is sort of geared towards certain people with pretty privilege, basically, and those who are not, because she got tired of people without pretty privilege attacking her for having pretty privilege. And at first I was on her side and I was like, oh, wow, she's hitting on some things that are correct. But now I'm starting to realize, okay, this is an example of narcissistic bragging that people are always talking about, but it's so subtle and smooth that you think she's making logical points, but the logical points are super laced with smooth bragging. Like she'll say things like, I've got all these men that are hanging out on my channel. They watch me, and people just listen to every word that I say, and people are even mentioning me on my channels. I don't show myself, so you guys have no idea how I look, but it's because of the way I sound, because I sound really beautiful, that people watch my channel. That's enough to make people interested. And I'm like, when you start telling people things about yourself that you think are beautiful, they may disagree and think the contrary. This person is very appearance focused, so she will tell you that you should have plastic surgery done if you want to. And she talks about having all kinds of enhancements on your body. And she says, that she's often shamed for wearing fake eyelashes, or because of the attention that she gets because of the way that she looks, because she looks like a beautiful doll, and people get jealous because of that. Also great at subtly putting other people down and lifting herself up. She often talks about how people attack her because she looks so good, and she was talking about some lady that was looking down on her, and she said, it's because I have a natural hourglass shaped body, and that lady's body was very frumpy. And so there's always these insults. And she was talking about how the bosses in her building were always buying her dinner, and people are threatened because she is luxurious and gorgeous in the way that she looks. This lady who was triple my age was insulting me because I was not supposed to wear dresses to work, only pants. And she said, well, you know, that lady has a muffin top when she has on her skirt. So she was upset because of me and trying to attack me because of the way that I was dressed. Also, notice that anything that she's a part of is elite or great in some kind of way. Like she was said, I was part of the paint club when I was a kid, and that's where all the popular people hung out at my school. So it's always everything she does is popular or better than everyone else. And no matter where she is, someone's always flirting with her, and she's getting called ugly all the time because they're envious of the way that she looks. She also talks about being beautiful is like the same as being a celebrity because you get so much attention and everyone is jealous of you, and they all want to, of course, dress like her because she's so beautiful. And it puts you in an exclusive club when you are beautiful, but it also makes you susceptible to criticism because of it. So I finally had a light bulb moment, and I'm like, this is what people are talking about when they say that narcissists are constantly bragging about themselves. But her bragging would be used to make points or to make a great argument for why people treat her so badly, when the truth is she treats people really badly. She's told lots of stories about how she'll have a friend that turns on her or that will start yelling competing with her for men, and how she's had to leave certain places or organizations because the people start to hate her because of the way that she looks. And there can be some truth to pretty privilege. People can be mean and disrespectful and mistreat you because you look good or you are considered attractive. That's true. And a lot of those people are actually narcissists themselves, because your normal, average, everyday person is not going to necessarily do that. You don't have to be a narcissist to put someone who's considered attractive down. People can be very jealous. So I understand that. I think there's some truth to what she's saying, but there's also an unspoken part that your attitude is bad. The way you talk to people and treat people and put people down is also bad. She also shows traits of what I talk about in my book about the workplace narcissist, where even when she began her career, it's like she networked with like all these different people before she even got there so that it would all be set up, and she didn't even care that she wasn't getting paid. She just wanted to connect with these big wigs and build up this rapport. Workaholic narcissists can have chronic boredom. She could also have needed that attention, that workaholism. Like, I didn't care if I had 15 jobs that I had to do a day, as long as I connected with the right people and they thought I was so amazing and so great and all of this, and all the other people my age were looking at me like, why don't you just want to have fun? And yeah, so I finally get the bragging narcissist. A lot of it is very surface, it's aesthetic, it's what's on the outside, not what's on the inside. I remember being at a party years ago, and people made food and stuff like that, and someone brought a beautiful cake that they made. And one person said in front of a whole bunch of people, including the person who brought the cake, no one makes cakes as good as my brother. No one. And his cakes are homemade and they are incredible. And it was a dig at the other person who was known to be a cake maker. So why would you feel the need to say that? It was inappropriate. People might kind of let it go, but that's how narcissistic people can be. It's this person, my person, is better than yours. And I just have to let everyone know that. So, yes, narcissists can be braggarts. So look out for that. That is definitely a clue that somebody is narcissistic, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think bragging is a number one clue that someone is narcissistic? Definitely check out my book, The Workplace Narcissist. I'll put the link in the description box. And if you're having difficulty with relationships, check out my book, Flip the Script on Love. And I will see you, amazing people, in my next video. And don't be braggarts. Bye.